Welcome back to Late Edition. I'm Wolf Blitzer.
Wolf. Come on now. Wolf.
Gordon Smith.
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 Wolf. Come on now. Wolf.
You took your eye off the ball by going into Iraq.
It's just not true. I've heard that charge. It's simply not true, Wolf.
You took your eye off the ball.
It's just not true.
Took your eye off the ball.
It's not true.
Eye off the ball.
Not true.
Eye
Not
ball.
true.
Eyeball.
It's simply not true, Wolf. Wolf.
The consequences of failure
Right.
in Iraq.
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 The consequences of failure
Right.
in Iraq.
The world is much safer today because of it.
The consequences of failure.
We've had enormous successes, and we will continue to have enormous successes.
Failure.
Come on now, Wolf.
Nightmare scenario.
Just think for a minute. Think for a minute, Wolf, in terms of what policy is being suggested here.
The biggest mistake you made.
The fact is, we can complete the task in Iraq. We're going to do it. We've got Petraeus, General Petraeus taking over. It is a good strategy. It will work, but we have to have the stomach to finish the task.
Failure.
You and I can have this debate. We've had it before, but the fact of the matter is, in terms of threats to the United States from Al-Qaeda, for example, attacks on the United States, they didn't need an excuse. We weren't in Iraq when they hit us on 9/11. 9/11. Iraq. 9/11. The fact of the matter was that Al-Qaeda was out to kill Americans before we ever went into Iraq. 9/11. Al-Qaeda. Iraq. 9/11. Defeat is not an answer.
What if the Senate passes a resolution saying this is not a good idea? Will that stop you?
It won't stop us, and it would be, I think, detrimental from the standpoint of the argument that there wouldn't be any problem if we hadn't gone into Iraq.
So you're moving forward no matter what the Congress does.
We are moving forward.
So you're moving forward.
We are moving forward.
Moving forward.
Moving forward. Moving forward.
Here's the problem that you have, the administration. Credibility in Congress with the American public because of the mistakes. Because of the previous statements, the last throws, the comment you made a year and a half ago, the insurgency was in its last throws. How do you build up that credibility? Because so many of these Democrats and a lot of Republicans now are saying they don't believe you anymore.
Wolf, I simply don't accept the premise of your question. I just think it's hogwash. Come on now. Wolf, you know I'm not going to speculate on something like that. I'm not going to speculate on military steps, Wolf. No administration in their right mind is going to answer the question you just asked. You can ask that question all day long.
I'm just asking questions.
No, you're not asking
questions.
questions.
I'm just asking questions.
No, you're not asking questions. No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm just asking.
Implicit in the criticism. Implicit in the criticism.
I'm just asking questions.
No, you're not asking questions. Hogwash.
All right. There's a lot of good questions you can ask. Let's move on to some other domestic issues. You think Hillary Clinton would make a good president?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because she's a terrorist.
I've been rather critical of you, John McCain, lately.
Well, John's a good man. He was, after the first Gulf War, had managed, he kicked out all the inspectors. He was providing payments to the families of suicide bombers. He was a safe haven for terrorists, one of the prime state sponsors of terrorists designated by our State Department for a long time.
Wind up on a soft note. Nancy Pelosi. What was it like sitting up there with her last night as opposed to Dennis Hastert? That was just a question that's come up, and it's a responsible, fair question.
I think, frankly, you're out of line with that question.
Mr. Vice President, thank you.
Thank you.